journey with mental illness started 20 years ago. At times it's very scary because even with move clothes, at times I could even close myself in the room. NHIF has helped me a lot for the last 8 years.
Stories around mental health have been making headline into our different mainstream media houses. But you also have the burden of paying the bills, especially when one is undertaking the treatment. And that's why today in this discussion we have Samuel Boiyo, who will share with us his journey into the mental treatments. So Samuel Boiyo, thank you very much for finding time to be with us here at Parents Magazine.
Thank you too.
Please tell us how your mental illness journey began.
Okay, my name is Samuel Boiyo, as you have heard, and my journey with mental illness started like 20 years ago when I was young, and all that time since then I have been on and out of medication. I have been having relapse. We call them relapse summer episode at different different times. Like now, they can be a season that people used to say this is the season where there is a lot of coldness, you get the illness. And I have really struggled with it for quite a long time. Until one day I went to Madari. I was referred there by a friend, and he told me that if I'm properly diagnosed, I'll get ill, I'll get good medication there. So the journey started at 2012. That's when I got another doctor called Dr. Victoria Mkoma. She diagnosed me properly with my condition, which is bipolar, which I feel sometimes I am very high, other times I feel I'm low. You think a lot of so many things that you don't have. You think you have a lot of money in the bank. Most of the time you walk around telling people how you want to be the president, how you want to go out. You think of so many big things, when you don't have them. At times it's very scary because even you remove clothes. But that one, it has been changing every now and then because my health started improving when I got the medication.
So before you met your friend who introduced you to Mathare, advised you to go to Mathare Mental
Yes.
Health Hospital, what were you doing?
Okay, at that time I was just at home sick and I could go to a health center near our place. I get different misdiagnosed. I was totally misdiagnosed. So I could not get out of the problem. Even the parents were asking at maybe I'm taking bangi, I'm taking alcohol, but that was not the case. At times I could even close myself in the room. I don't want to bathe, I don't want to eat, just want to stay like that. But that one has changed.
And so by then, were you a child? Were you in primary school, secondary school? What were you doing?
No, I was just relaxing at home when I was supposed to be at school.
Which level of education?
I go to Form 2.
So by then you were in secondary school?
Yes, yes.
So at what time did you start missing your lessons and you choose to stay at home?
I could miss my lessons so many times, because I could complain of stomach ache. Every time I wake up in the morning, I could say, I don't have that energy, I don't have that zeal to go to school. But the parent did not understand. Even the teacher could say, maybe I'm mischievous. But today is when I know that is when it started. And if it was taken earlier, treatment, maybe I could not have suffered the way I suffered from mental illness, because it's a very risky disease. Sometime, like now I can give you a small story.
Yeah.
There's a time I was in Nairobi here. Then I went to a church. I found people gathered there praying. Then I tried to take a handbag for a lady to sit on. So they didn't understand I was wanting to join them for prayers. They started shouting, the beef has come. I was apprehended, taken to Rangata police station, and that is when the judge stated I go to Madari and I take medication. They will get report Madari. So it can criminalize you, which people don't understand. All the people I have come along, like the past 10 years, they had so much literature about mental health. They could stigmatize me. Like in our village, I could be told, no, these people, be careful of this person. He can rape our children. He can even set our house on fire. So much things, which has not stopped up to date. Everywhere you can walk in the street or in a matatu, then you can hear people say, huyu hajakunywa dawa zake, huyu ni mgoroki. That one doesn't make me feel good, because I know they may be joking, but me, it has hit me, so I know what it's all about. Yes, I could maybe the public to change about the narrative about mental illness, to understand it is like any other mental illness, mental disease, and you can overcome it. If you take your medication well, if you follow your doctor instruction, if you live a healthy lifestyle, you are able to do and thrive.
Now let's get it. When you were taken to Mathare Mental Health Hospital,
Yes.
After the judge advised that be done.
Yes.
So how did you pick it from there, yourself from there?
Okay, I was so new because I went to the forensic department, and I never knew even where I was. I will just be given medication only. I could asking, where am I? Who brought me here? What is happening? How is this place? And even the people, the other patient who are surrounding me, they were also sick, so I could not understand where I am. Until after 3 months, then is when now I was taken back to the court as the report said that I'm sick. And what I was intending to do is because of my sickness. So when I went there, my sister talked with the person who I had picked her bag, and he withdrew the case. That's how I got it out of it. And when I took it, I came out. I did. I started also struggling because I didn't have a counselor who could counsel me the importance of taking medication, the importance of going to clinic and then for checkup. It took other times, and also financial problem. When like Madari, we didn't have those psychologists like today who can help someone to get out of this and to accept himself or herself or the condition. I really struggled all the way. Yes.
So we get into the treatment, because now after you are, the case was withheld from the court and you are allowed to go back home.
Yes.
So you are here again, now living your life.
Yes.
But did you continue with the treatment after the diagnosis, the recommendation that was made from the hospital?
Actually, I can say yes or no. I don't know which stand with which one, but because it didn't come from me. Maybe I could be sick and aware. Then you are taken by the hospital by your parent. You are just given medication like this. Then you are told, Ebu meza hizo. I remember even a brother used to settle all of them with a lot of first generation medication, which has a lot of side effect, because that's what he could afford. Then I could take like 5 of them, wamenishikia lungu nikunywe, because they are saying I'm disturbing them. So I can't say I continued with my medication because I could stop them. I could sleep the whole day. I could feel so dull. I could not come out. So I could try all my level best to avoid that medication because I could be so dull. Until now, as I told you earlier, when I started, like 10 years now, I have been in good second generation medication, which have proved to be working well for me.
Maybe now you walk us the journey, because at first you were in denial. It was not easy to take the medication.
It was not
So
easy.
how did you, who helped you to come to acceptance and then now started taking your medication, following the treatments up to where you got to this level?
Okay, I think also my family played a lot of role. That is my sister, and everybody in my family started understanding when I'm not sick, I'm well. So there must be a problem. Then taking me to doctor told us told me that if I take my medication well, I'll get better. That's why now I started me myself slowly by slowly. I started accepting my condition. I started interacting with my doctor. So that's when I got it. It's something that came out of me. What I can say, it just came out of me. Say because I want to thrive, I want to do well in life. I don't want to be in the world. Let me adhere to my medication.
Yeah.
That time there was no psychologist in Madari. Today, if I need to go to Madari, I go to them also for advice, which encourages me. And because taking those drugs every day is not easy. So you need, saa zingine unafika place unachoka. So you need to be refilled the energy to talk to these people and encourage you, and they are there. So I can ask people outside there, wherever you are, if you feel you are taking medication and you are not getting better, don't stop. Talk to a doctor. There is a good medication that you can take and live a very normal life.
So 20 years ago,
Yes.
you had just turned 18 years old. You are a young adult. And I can imagine that you're not paying your bills yourself. Maybe you take us through now treatment from that time. How was it? Who was taking care of you, the payment?
Okay, the treatment was very hard for me and for my parents. That's why I was taking the first generation medication, which I don't think even they are the medication to be taken by the people, because you become dull. When you take them, you become like a zombie. Then it add you a lot of weight and give a lot of appetite. So you could go even to the neighbors. You just go the neighbors there, you enter, you take whatever because it has put you on appetite. So my parents today, they are proud of me. I like that time because they really struggled and they were not able to help me with treatment, medication. Even a person could come with a good idea. No, I have we take Samuel to Malari Mental Hospital for special treatment, but they had no option to do it. They could stay with me in the home. I get sick. Sometimes I remove clothes. I sing a lot. I talk things that are out of this world. You are totally not in terms with reality. If you do some messy things in the house that people ask you, what are you doing? But it was a turnaround when I come to Malari, because my journey started from there
And
for recovery.
you grew up in Nakuru.
I grew up in Nakuru County in a place called Bagon.
So coming to Malari, did it mean that you had to shift from Nakuru and come start staying in Nairobi, or it was only coming for treatment, then you go back?
Actually, it's coming for admission, not treatment. Admission, then I go back home. Then when I also go back home after the treatment and the admission, when after treatment, I didn't go outside to receive the best care that I care about myself like today, because it could not be possible. Until now, I came to Nairobi and started settling in Nairobi. That also enhances my recovery. I also started getting better because I could be see the doctor in appointed time, and I could not struggle. I could not feel like Nami coming from Nakuru to Nairobi for clinic. That also helped me a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that follow-ups is very important for doctor follow-ups because they give you the way you are going on.
And the follow-up with your doctor was easy when you're closer, yes, like staying in Nairobi compared to when you used to stay in Nakuru.
I was so happy when I came to Nairobi, actually, and I settled.
So at that point, did you start paying your medication bill yourself?
No. A lot of borrowing from friends, a lot of supporting from those doctors and nurses from Madari. And I remember one day we went, I relapsed. I went in the ward. When we are inside there, we have group therapies. Those group, another nurse came and said, you people, treating mental illness is very expensive, and it's good to keep yourself busy with somebody that can support you. So I thought of idea. Even he really mentioned, go to Gikomba. If you get 500, go to Gikomba, get 5 shirts, then sell them. You will be busy and will not feel relapse. Will not relapse again. You will be busy. You will not be idle. So me, I hate that advice. When I came out, I promised myself, when I get out of the ward, I'll do something. I bought handkerchiefs and I start selling them. So even there's a time I could take my first generation medication and I'm selling kumi kumi 2020. Then the kanjo wanakuja, nilikuwa na barua za malaria kwa mfuko because nimeanguka hapo, nimelala because of side effect of those medication. So it has been a journey coming every day, improving for the last 10 years. Stopped the first generation, started the second, which now I'm able to buy with whatever I do. Like now today I sell good jewelries for ladies and earrings. That's where I feed my family. I support myself. I pay my bills.
Wow.
Yes, and that I think is a milestone. Unlike others don't do that in Madari. Madari is most where I go to sell. You find people who mlikuwa na wao like 10 years or 15. They are still there and they are sick. They don't recover. They don't respond well to medication. That zeal told me, get it to me and say, hey, Sami, God loves me so much. Why can't you be an example to these people? Show them, talk to them. So when I go to Malari, I talk to them. Nambia, you can get better. You can get well. That's how I do my advocacy.
Oh, wow. So when you started, you got into business, you started selling the handkerchiefs and now you're selling the jewelry. Yeah. Means now you started making your own money.
Yeah, making my
Was
own
that money enough to cater for your treatment?
The one I get today?
Yes.
Is not enough, but it's keep me going. I better buy at a small interval. Maybe a day I can go and take for today, but I make sure I take the second one, generation medication. That's my trick.
And we know in the country we have NHIF, yes, that is also taking care of, is paying part of the treatment, yes, for different health conditions and the treatments. Yes. Are you an NHIF member?
Yes, I'm a 8 years NHIF member. And for sure what I can say, NHIF has helped me a lot for the last 8 years. Because I could be retained in the ward for longest time. Me, I recover very quickly. Within 2 weeks, I'm well. I'm very resilient. Then I could get another month, like 2 to 3, waiting for the waiver. It has helped me because when I'm inpatient, it covers all my bill. And something I'm happy about it. So every month I try to make sure I have paid my NHIF. And also, what I wanted to say about NHIF is improving about the patient benefits. the package, at least even if you are outpatient, just go and get the treatment fully. Yes.
So, Samuel Boiyo,
Yes.
as you're looking forward to celebrating your 38th birthday.
Yes, that will be September 9th.
Yes, and this just shows how a warrior, how strong you've been, and so determined in this mental health journey,
Yes.
up to here where you are. So, what are some of the success stories that you've done yourself as an individual that help you to get to this level?
Okay, my successive story is maybe when I get a platform like this, I talk to people, and for sure I receive calls. Say, Sami, you have helped us. We have taken the medication. We have seek help. Sami, take us to malaria. So when I feel that impact as someone was sick and now he is well, I feel that I'm doing something successful. So I think that is like a legacy that I impact people's life. Even this we are talking today, I hope it can reach more people. And those people who are sick person in the hospital, let's talk about mental illness. Don't misunderstand a person who is sick. Like me, when I'm sick, I'm helpless. I can't do anything for myself. So when you see a mentally sick person, please don't judge, help you. Yes.
Apart from helping people, do you have people close to you who depend on you?
Yes, I have a family. I have 2 daughters, and I also have my mom and my sister. They are very good supporting system in my life. Because I remember even my mom normally comes at night, akisikia nimeingia madhari, they are not happy. Everybody in the family is affected. My family, my daughter, even I remember there is a day we had to separate with my daughter because of relapse, and how the mother used to say me when I relapse. He could say also, this environment is not conducive for our children. So I think I.
So how are you? What are some of the things that you're doing to help you get income? And also, because you have 2 daughters, have you also have them under NHIF?
Say yes, I can learn this one. Like now, the jewelries I sell,
Yes.
is what keep me able to pay for the child. So 500 Kenyans are not so much. You can get supporting them.
Thank you very much, Samuel Boiyo. Your story is very inspiring, and thank you so much for agreeing to participate in this interview with us.